Hi, welcome to another Minecraft survival skills video. Today I would like to show you an iron farm that was developed by Ray's Works. This is actually Ray's Works design over here. So it's a pretty easy to build and you can get tons of iron from it. Here is what you get in a couple of hours from this farm. So in a couple of hours we got 4, 5, 6, almost 7 stacks of iron. And if you built iron farms in 113, you know that that's really good output. The 113 farms, if you were lucky, you would get a stack an hour. We're getting 4 or 5. Well, we're getting 3 to 4 stacks an hour out of this farm design. And then this is my version of the farm over here. So the way it works is you got 3 villagers, and they each have beds, and those cauldrons right there on top that have the carpet on top of them, those are the workstations. So each villager has a workstation and a bed. And we need to give the villagers a chance to sleep, and you can see that they lay down for a split second, and then they get right back up because they see the zombie. And but that satisfies their sleep requirement, and then they've got the workstation which satisfies their work requirement. So that's what keeps this farm cranking out golems. They sleep, or they try to sleep. They see the zombie. They go into panic mode. They gossip with each other. They share enough gossips that it spawns a golem, and I really did not plan that, but it was just perfect timing. There's another golem. You're going to get a golem every 30 to 35 seconds out of this farm. That's why you get such good returns from this farm. So you got to have the zombie, but the zombie's not that hard to get. I'm using a husk. Super easy to get a husk in the desert. They're all over the place. And I'll show when I build this in my realms world. I'm going to build it. I'm clearing a spot for it right now. I will show how I capture the husk, but it's a simple piston trap. So if you want to know how to do one of those, you can go look that up. It's like a piston mob trap. I'll see if I can find a link to the video that I used when I first learned how to build those. But it makes it pretty easy to capture these mops, these husks, for use in the farm. So I'm going to capture them in a piston trap. Then you can throw him something, or you can name tag him. Either way, if he's name tagged or if he's holding something, that'll keep him from despawning. So you capture him. Now the trickiest part of this farm, and we'll talk about the water in a minute, the trickiest part of this farm is how to get this husk or the zombie, whichever you're using, into this cauldron. And I can tell you that I've found a way to do it with fairly good success, but it was way too hard. So for my taste, and I had to have a silk touch pickaxe because I had to use ice. So I didn't want to put that requirement on you to build this farm. So I wanted to test the ability to do it with slabs instead of a cauldron. So that's what I'm doing with that farm over there. And it looks like it's working. I don't know why Ray's Works didn't do it that way, but it seems to be working. So either they just they're so good that they have some easy way to get this zombie into this cauldron, and they wanted him at just that particular specific height, or they just didn't like something about the slabs. But I haven't found anything not to like yet, so I'm going with a slab design in my realms world, and that's the design I'm going to recommend to you. So in this design, we have top slabs around the villagers to keep them from falling out of the beds. I put buttons on top of those to keep things from spawning on those slabs. I put wool on top of the cauldrons to keep things from spawning on top of the cauldrons. And then that's a top slab over the head of the zombie. Or maybe I changed it. No, it's a top slab. Trust me. So I put a button on top of this top slab so that nothing would spawn on top of that top slab. Let's talk about the water and how we get the golems in there and how we collect the drops. So we dig a 3x3 hole, and we dig it 3 deep. The golems are 3 blocks tall, so when they fall in here, what we want to do is we want water to flush them and push them into this corner over here that's underneath the lava. Their head will go in the lava, your typical lava killing mechanism. They'll die and they'll drop their iron on top of that trapdoor. And then underneath that trapdoor, we have a hopper that goes into a chest. And right next to that trapdoor, instead of a full block here, we put a slab, a top slab, to keep the water in and still allow us to open the chest. So that's the how you have to dig it out. Now for the water, you've got to have and the lava. We're using fence gates to hold the water back so it doesn't fall, gush down into our killing area. And the fence gates also hold that lava block in place. So we've got fence gates to the side of it, and then we have fence gates underneath it. So we put the lava on top of this fence gate here. Don't ask me why it doesn't burn, but it doesn't. And then what we had to do with these guys on top here, these fence gates next to the lava, is we put spider silk. If you look there, you can see that we put string on top of those 2 fence gates. That keeps this lava from flowing over the top and onto the top of the fence gates next to it, because it will set them on fire. I don't know why it doesn't burn up the ones that it's sitting on top of, but it doesn't. However, if you don't put this string in, it will set these 2 fence gates on fire. So you need to have that string there. And if you can go look at Ray's video and to see how he did the fence gates. But basically, I put a fence gate up against that block. I'm facing the lava wall, right? I put a fence gate up against that block. Then I stuck a shift, clicked another fence gate onto that one. I opened this one. I broke the first one out. You see, we don't have a fence gate over there. Then I went down the middle and I went fence gate, fence gate, fence gate, and I opened them all. And then over here on the top I did a fence gate, shift, fence gate, opened this one, broke that one out, then I dropped down into the hole and I put a fence gate on that block and opened it. Then I put the string on the top of that fence gate and that fence gate over there. Then I dumped the lava in. And then I went around and I knocked out 1 block in each wall. And then I was able to go around and do the water. So I just put blocks around the water source. You don't have to necessarily, but I just wanted to make sure the water doesn't spread out. So I dumped water in here, and this is 5 blocks from the hole. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dump your water in there, and it should flow in a straight line and right up to this point, but it's not going to flow in because you've got a fence gate there. You do that on all 4 sides, and that's going to help push the golem into the farm. Now you can see that we don't have any water out here. We don't have a water tray like what you're used to. That's because they took advantage of this handy behavior by the golems. This cauldron is only 3 blocks above the ground, so when the golem spawns, the golem will see this zombie and the golem will go after this zombie. The golem will walk right up to the edge here and get caught in one of these water streams and fall in. So I thought that was a very clever use of, understanding of the golem behavior, and a clever way to get the golem into the pit. So that's how that works. So you can try to put a zombie into a cauldron if you like, if you find that kind of thing fun. It's doable, but in survival, I thought this was easier. I did slabs, and I did test, and the farm works fine. So I went up 3 blocks from there, 1, 2, 3 full blocks. Then I stuck from here, from the middle, right? 1, 2, 3 up, and then I stuck a bottom slab on top. Then I put bottom slabs around the outside of that, and that's where the zombie is going to sit. So then I was able to run, I put blocks around this so they couldn't jump out. And then I ran a minecart rail. I just built stairs up here to 1 block above where I want him to sit. And I ran him up here in a minecart right over it. And I sealed it so he couldn't jump out. Then I broke the minecart out from underneath him. He dropped down into there. Then I stuck this bottom slab. This is a bottom slab. Notice it's a bottom slab. I put that over his head so he can't jump out. So that's how I got the zombie in there. I kind of said this backwards, I should mention. The first thing I did was I put these villagers in here. So I ran them up in a minecart, put them in here. Then I put bottom slabs, not top slabs, bottom slabs around their heads, and that was enough to hold them in. And then I put a bottom slab down 1 block down, so that when they're standing on that bottom bed, they can't jump out either. Then once I had them secure in their beds there, then I brought the zombie in. So I did the zombie last, just like I just said. And then I wanted to protect them from pillager raids, from pillagers shooting at them. So I put fence all the way around them. And then I put a 3-high fence around the outside of this thing. I went out far enough. I think I went out 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blocks. I wanted a 16 by 16 area under the farm, so the golems, I didn't want any golems to spawn outside my fence. But Ray does it differently. He said to go 16 blocks out from the edge of the hole. You go 16 blocks this way, and you put your fence. So you go all the way around like that. Then you only have to make your fence 1 block high. You have to light the farm up so that you don't have any blocks that are lower than a light level 7. In 1.14.3, the full release, they fixed a bug that let pillagers spawn in lit areas. They can't do that anymore. So if you have an area lit up to prevent mob spawning, it'll also prevent pillager spawning. So you can use lighting inside the fence to keep pillagers from spawning inside the fence. And you go out 16 blocks away from the farm, from the villagers. If a pillager spawns out here, they won't be close enough to be able to hit those villagers with a crossbow. So then your fence only has to be 1 block high. So you can do it the way I did it here. You might want to do that for looks. You can make this look any way you like. Or you can do the way Ray said and go out further. Then you only need a fence that's 1 block high. Hopefully I didn't get my words tangled up there. My thoughts are starting to run together. But I think that is pretty much it. I hope that some of you will try this and enjoy the bountiful amount of iron that you'll get, and that'll let you build a bunch of other neat stuff that we have coming up. If you like this video, please click the like button, and let me know what you think. I like to read your comments. I like to chat with people who watch the videos. I get ideas. I've already gotten several good ideas from people that have commented. And if you want to be notified of future videos, please click the subscribe button. So that golem appeared right on cue. That was nice. So until next time, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.